Hey everybody, Michelle with Michelle's Frugal Living here. Thanks for watching my videos. And I'm going to talk about the Wellness Plus with Plenty program at Rite Aid. And actually, it's not just about Rite Aid because it'll be about using the Plenty program all around. So I went to Rite Aid today. I got my Plenty card, and now, we're still 2 weeks away at this point from actually being able to get any points. It's not going to be until May the 3rd or the 4th that the Plenty program is actually going to start taking effect, okay? But Rite Aid's handing out cards early, so you can go ahead and get your card like I did today. Now, I got this pamphlet I'm going to go through. I got these papers were folded up and inside of this pamphlet. I've got some stuff that I want to talk about the program. There's actually something rather nice in here about the rules of the Plenty. So, anyways, basically what I did, I went up and asked the cashier if I could get my Plenty card. He said, sure. So, the card is attached back here, and there's a barcode on the back of it. So he scanned that, and then he scanned my Wellness Plus card that I already have, and that linked it. Okay, now I didn't buy anything, but here's the receipt that came out, and you can see I didn't earn any points. Well, I didn't buy anything, and I didn't earn any points. I didn't have any points to use. I got no points available right there, but this is what it's going to look like on the receipt. But my Wellness Plus status here, you can see how many points that I have on this card already this year, 1,042, and the card has gold status. Okay, so the gold, bronze, silver, gold status that already exists is going to stay the exact same. So if you already have that on your card, you link your wellness card to this Plenty card, and then that's all the same. All right, and everything with that is going to work identical. So we'll keep our gold discount just like that. Okay, and then on the receipt right here, it says that the points won't get activated until 6 a.m. the next day. Okay, and I got a couple of coupons on my receipt. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm just in the pre-enrollment stage, as they call it in their terminology over here in this papers, because when it popped up the information on the screen, basically it says, here's your name and the phone number and the email address associated with that wellness card. And I just said, yes, that's it. And then he gave me this card. What has to happen now is that you have to go and register this card and finish the registration. Now they've got on here plenty.com/sign and then -up. Where you go to finish it off. I went there. There's nothing there. Okay, so you can't do it yet, which I'm not surprised because it doesn't start until May. But it also says right here they're going to have an app that you can put on your smartphone from the App Store or on Google Play. So you can finish registering that way. And then they also have their phone number in case you don't use a computer. There's their phone number. And then you can finish registration over the phone if you need to, or if you have questions, you can call that number. Okay, so basically, most of this brochure itself talks about how you already got, your wellness points and your wellness status and stuff like that. Right here, this first one, earn Plenty points on the things you buy every day at Plenty partners and hundreds of online retailers, it says. So, and it discusses that a little bit over here in these papers about they're going to have like a Plenty marketplace, and if you go through that to buy things on the internet at participating places, I guess, you can earn points. Okay, and I think there's already websites like that where you can get points that you cash in for gift cards or something. I don't know. I don't use any of them because I rarely buy anything online. But anyways, so I think they're going to have that linked up like that. Yeah, so I think there's going to be a lot of other ways to get points. And then they give some examples of points that you could be earning. It says you can get 5,000 points when you sign up for a new eligible smartphone service and link your My AT&T account with your Plenti account. So that'd be quite a bit. So if you're not signed up with AT&T yet, you may wait if you can, if you want to do that. These are just examples of ways that some kickoffs, promotions they're going to be doing with the different companies, okay? This pretty much just kind of talks about your wellness status and how it's going to stay the same and so forth. Down here on number 4, it says Rite Aid reserves the right to deactivate, merge, or limit use of any Plenti card without notice. Limit of 1 Plenti card per customer. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And anyway, so let's look at these papers. This one is about American Express and how they're the ones that own this company and how your information can be shared once you sign up, and if you can stop them from sharing your information and that kind of thing. So that it's kind of, legal jargon about that and everything. Okay, so let's look at this. And this is the Plenti terms and conditions right here. And I mean, there's a lot in here to read. I marked some things that I think are more significant. There's no cost to participate in Plenti. But you do need to enroll fully in the program, like I mentioned earlier. Who's eligible? So to be eligible for Plenti, you must be at least 13 years of age and have a residence in the United States or its territories. So it doesn't say you need to be a citizen of the United States. You just have to be 13 and have a residence here. If you are between 13 and 18 years old, you agree that you obtain permission from your parent or legal guardian that you could join Plenti. Additionally, if you live in Canada, you are eligible to join Plenti. However, Plenti is only available to use in the United States and its territories. And then they reserve the right to change these, if they want to. So if you live in Canada and you drive to the United States to do some shopping, you can still join, okay? How to become a member. You can sign up through the website. You don't have to go to Rite Aid to get the card. I'm sure ExxonMobil will be handing out cards. Macy's will be handing out cards. You could register online and they could mail it to you, that kind of thing. So lots of ways to get it. What is pre-enrollment? So like I'm pre-enrolled now because I have that card. But you cannot access or use any of the points until you fully enroll to become a member. So let's say I never go and fully register this card now that I have it, but I go in the Rite Aid and I use it and I'm buying things that are giving me points. It talks about in here that it would be accumulating those points on your card, but you wouldn't be able to spend them. But once you fully enrolled the card, registered on their website, then it would allow you to use those points. Okay? How do you earn points? So they have different things listed here. Making qualified purchases, so that'd be like at Rite Aid or Macy's, whatever. Redeeming offers and promotions. Using certain associated payment cards. Shopping via the Plenti online marketplace. Activating certain online household product offers for in-store online purchases, it says. So they have a little description of some of these, but a lot of times this is just really vague and they don't actually spell it out, because I think they laid this out with the assumption that other companies are going to be joining in, so they didn't name out specific companies, but just potential offers that could happen because of this program and how you might get points. So under qualifying purchases, this is at Rite Aid. Each sponsor will have different ways for you to earn points for their qualifying items, services, or behaviors, it says. That's interesting. So, that'll vary. Rite Aid's obviously going to have their weekly and monthly deals going on like they always have with the Upper Reward program. Offers and promotions. Some of our sponsors may provide you with additional ways to receive points through offers, promotions, or other programs. Such offers and promotions may be subject to additional terms and conditions, and you agree to such terms and conditions. Yeah. Let's see. So, who knows what? I mean, just, that could be like that signing up for the AT&T phone. That's just a straight out offer, just a one-time thing kind of a deal, and not like a purchase item. Associated payment cards. Certain payment cards associated with Plenti will allow you to receive points for many of the purchases you make using the card, regardless of whether you make the purchase at a sponsor. So, I'm not exactly sure, because, I mean, like, are they talking about, like, American Express card? Like, maybe eventually you'll get some Plenti points by using your American Express card somewhere. And you wouldn't have to use it at Rite Aid, Macy's, or Mobile, you know. I mean, certainly they're not going to, like, hook up with Discover card, and every time I make a purchase with my Discover card, I get points. I can't imagine American Express doing that, but I'm not sure I mean, maybe does Exxon have a credit card in and of themselves? Maybe. And then if you use your Exxon card, maybe you get points. I don't know. It's not exactly spelled out in here. Online marketplace. So visit plenti.com/marketplace to see offers that will allow you to earn points for purchasing a wide variety of products and services, including from companies other than our sponsors. Additional terms and conditions will apply. It may take up to 45 days for points associated with these purchases to post to your Plenti account. They talk about that a lot more in here, about how further on that depending on how you're obtaining points, it can take longer to get points, you know, just depending on what's going on with them. And, you know, but at Rite Aid, we're expecting to get them the next day. So online marketplace, yeah, they're going to be associated with some websites if you buy things through the Plenti marketplace. Household product offers. Visit plenti.com/household to see how you can earn additional points on household products at certain grocery stores and pharmacies. Additional terms and conditions will apply to these offers. It may take up to 90 days for points earned from these purchases to post to Plenti account. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that. I don't know if they're talking about maybe something like the Ibotta app or something, or Saving Star app, where you're buying specific products and scanning your receipt and getting points back for buying things. I don't know. I mean, that's all I can think of that they might be talking about there. That would be interesting. And someplace, I don't know, I didn't talk about it. I thought it said something about promotional codes. You might get codes from off of, I don't know. You may just end up with a code that you go and enter, and then you get some points for entering that code. And then they talk about, you know, some things may take up to 90 days. They also talk about somewhere in here about travel, earning points from travel offers and stuff, where you buy plane tickets or whatever. So there's obviously a lot more stuff coming than what's available that we know about right now. How can you use points? So obviously at certain places, Macy's, Rite Aid, Exxon Mobil gas stations, it says you'll be able to redeem your points. Probably other places, I'm sure in their marketplace or something, you'll be able to redeem points. Who knows? You got to have at least 200 points to redeem. And 200 points is typically going to be worth $2. 1 point equals 1 penny. But they do say in here, let's see. Sponsors may, however, run promotions that allow you to obtain a greater discount per point. So, which I totally would expect. Like maybe at Rite Aid, they may run, let's say, your points are worth twice as what they are or something. I don't know. I mean, they may do that like Black Friday deals or something. And then it says in here, Additionally, in some instances, sponsors may set a specific number of points that an item can be in exchange for, such as 250 points for a soft drink. Okay, so like if they get a gas station involved, maybe you could, go in and get a fountain drink for 250 points or whatever. But I don't know who would spend $2.50 in points on a drink like that, but whatever. But yeah, and in fact, they say right here, let me read this next line. In some instances, you may receive a discount of less than 1 cent for each point you use. Whenever you are considering whether to use points, you should review the offer and consider what you will receive. So yeah, they're warning you already, make sure you're okay with how much it's going to cost you in points. Certain products or services are not eligible for discounted points, and so it's the standard thing that at Rite Aid you can't use your Up Rewards on anyways. Prepaid cards, lottery tickets, cash equivalents like money orders. They have their standard stuff. To obtain vouchers. So, there's obviously something else here that they haven't announced that you're going to be able to do with this. You may also use points to obtain vouchers offered by certain participating sponsors through Plenti.com. Vouchers can be used towards purchases at that sponsor. Vouchers will be issued directly by the sponsor, not Plenti. The applicable sponsor will establish all terms and conditions. All I can think of is maybe something like restaurants.com, where, like you get, you might end up with a voucher so that you can spend it on restaurants.com. So maybe there'll be stuff like that happen. I don't know. What happens to my points if I return merchandise? So basically, they give some examples in here, but if you return something that you got points for, they're going to take the points back. And let's say you paid with points, they're going to give you the points back. That's the way I take what this says here, but you can read that more clearly. And I suppose when Rite Aid actually spells out all the terms of what it'll be more clear to read than in this general thing right here. When do my points expire? So on December 31st of each year, any points that are 2 years old are going to expire. They'll go away, and you can't ever get them back. Yeah. And a lot of legal stuff there, other benefits. Okay, whatever. Consolidating or pooling accounts. So there's two different things here. You can consolidate accounts. Let's say you went to Macy's and you got a Plenti card, and then you went over to Rite Aid and you got another Plenti card. That's what they're talking about with consolidating. You're one person and you want to consolidate two cards that you ended up with. And you can do that, and then that makes one of them go away. And then if you had points on both of them, it would merge the points and you would just have them on one card. Okay? Now, there's a second thing down here, and I think this is really important and nice. Pooling accounts. If you wish, you may pool your Plenti account with the accounts of other members. Up to 3 accounts may be pooled. When pooled, each account will remain active and can be used to either earn or use points. However, all of the points across the pooled account will form a single balance that can be used by each member, and that will be subject to deductions related to each member. Like if they return merchandise, then, it's going to deduct points out of that. If they got points for it, it'll deduct the points out of the pool. Any pooled member card use all of the pooled points at any time without the knowledge or consent of the other pooled members, regardless of whether the member made any of the purchases that earned those points. If you pool accounts, each member will be able to view how other members in the pooled accounts earn and use points. For example, if a pooled member redeems a promotion offer by purchasing a certain product as sponsor, then each member of the pooled account could review the activity. Okay? One pooled Plenti account cannot be unpooled. If you wish to cease pooling, you will need to open a new Plenti account and cancel the existing account. Okay? Very interesting. And then, let's see, there's a tab up here at the next. The pooled accounts you must be 18 years of age or older unless you are pooling with your parents or legal guardian. Be a member and identify the other members with whom you want to pool accounts. Each member must consent to pooling. So basically, you know, if there's you and your husband and your teenage child, you got 3 cards in your house and you want to put all the points get pooled together to one account, and then they can be spent on any of the accounts. Okay? And I think that's really good a feature. All right. But I'm not going to pool accounts right away. We'll see how this goes at first, and then I'll decide if I want to pool, because once you pool the accounts, you can't unpool them, basically. And then they talk about inactivity on the account, which I think is important to note. If you do not earn or use points for 12 consecutive months, we may delink or remove the phone number on your Plenti account. So go in there at least once a year. Even though the points are not going to expire for 2 years, you got to go in and have some activity on the card every 12 months, okay, to keep it active. And so there's more information talking about that. And then there's a whole lot of legal mumbo-jumbo and about it and everything else. So anyways, yeah, I think there's some good information in there. But you can go get your Plenti card at Rite Aid now. I'll talk to you guys later.